Hello, my name is Raymond Karchevsky. I am a living Christ. I should like to speak to you this morning about what is truth. You see, we are all, if we are civilized, if we are conditioned, trained to respond to words, we are being mind controlled with fictional ideas, ideas that exist only in our intellect. Actually, the intellect is the satanic conscious mind, the mind that is trained, that is conditioned by educational practices, by trauma, by imposing ideas upon the intellect of the individual. We put our children into such damning conditioning practices that change their minds, change their intellect, their egos, which follows them through life for a lifetime. And they battle day in, day out with the conflicts that arise from such conflicting, opposing thoughts, satanic thoughts, intellectual thoughts. I've just described to you the average civilized person, the follower, the believer, not the sovereign individual that we all are. We give that up in favor of being like children, waiting to be told what is real, what is true. And it leaves us confused because we're still in our conscious dualistic intellect, which is split and divided, and therefore leaving us confused, not whole. We must break the cycle of conditioning to stop the damning satanic educational practices that traumatize intellectual young minds and leave them unbalanced for the rest of their lives, trying to find out why their lives are such unbalanced. They believe in positive imagery. They long for such positive imagery, and all they have is conflict, confusion, violence, crime. Have you ever stopped to become aware of such energies? For most of you, I doubt that you have. Why do I doubt that? Because you reject this living Christ, this simple man of truth. I don't speak in terms of overwhelming you with definitions and words, myths, legends, logical reasonings. I simply speak what is truth, holistic, undivided. That is the nature of the energy of the subconscious mind. Each of you have that subconscious mind. But you have abandoned that, do you not? For the conditioned conscious intellect. And you have consented to allow such conditioning to be imposed upon you. Oh, you say children cannot make that decision, but you see, if you're an adult, you're still a child. Spiritually, you're still looking for someone else to do your thinking for you, to tell you what to do. That's the nature of government. It's the nature of religion. You see, you have been misled. You have been made to doubt yourself, to be subject to the authority of such illusory specters of satanic government and religion. What are these? They're merely thoughts in your satanic intellect that you believe to have power over you. You give them power. You consent to their power. You provide for their power through taxes and tithing. That's your own personal energy, your output. And it's converted into money by corporate banking institutions that convert your personal life energy into money. And then they can exploit it through the illusion of belief. However, that leaves you a victim. And government is the predator. And religion is a predator. But they operate at different levels of energy. Religion operates on seduction, on luring others down the garden path, promising them illusions, specters of quality of life, if only you believe. The government is much more aggressive. They deal with you by force. You act in the way that we tell you, or you will be punished. You will be imprisoned. You will be killed. That's the nature of satanic government. But they have to deal in words. And these words are the material used to control you through your mind, through your belief system. Not unlike religion, which does the same thing. However, they are more seductive. They operate in the velvet glove. They're smooth. You can't spot the aggression. If the aggression is nevertheless manifested, look at the Crusades. Look at the wars, the killing, the torture. All done under the name of religion, the Christian religion, here in the Western world. Well, there are other religions, Buddhism, Kabbalism. Understand? They're the soft glove approach, the mind control. Jewish religion is not unlike the Christian religion. Let's see. They focus their attention by speaking to the wall that's in front of them. The Hindu bows to the ground to speak. The Christian raises his head and looks to the sky to speak of their God. Don't you see how uncivilized that is, and how basic that is in controlling the minds of blind believers who will give their life to their imaginary God. I say imaginary because what one makes of their life is totally of their own actions. And the victim who is split in their consciousness will pray to a God. Please, God, help me. Please, God, let me see. Please, God, solve my problems for me, and I will do anything you wish. And they do. How? They support the counterfeit middlemen, the priests, the ministers, the mere mortals who operate, whose stock and trade is mind control. And they control millions of people through thought, through words. Now, the fact is that each and every one of you is the God that you pray to, but you have been split in your consciousness into the me and you, and therefore you pray to the not you, the God, your idea, and you're hopelessly addicted to that conversation, not knowing that it's a soliloquy. You're speaking alone to yourself. You are the non-dualistic God of your subconscious mind when you have consented to adopt the conscious dualistic intellect. That was your fall from grace. That was your fall into sin, into dualism, into the contradiction of essence. Understand? That's what sin is. You're confused. You're contradictory. You're not whole. You're not complete. You're not true. That's what sin is. And your religion, your satanic religion, tells you that you're born in sin. Well, they have lied to you. You're not born into anything but an holistic blank slate of a human being entering into life. And you are responsible for the life that you create. You are the God of that life. But that is soon stripped away from you through mind control, through satanic mind control, through education. Oh, you gain some talents in a technical world based in dead thoughts that can be rearranged and call it invention, intellectual, technical invention, and it creates a technical world, a world of rules and regulations that one must abide by or be excommunicated, thrown into the unknown. Understand? Thrown into the unknown. That's what life really is. The holistic subconscious mind is the only means for achieving that grasp of reality, of truth. Otherwise, you're merely repeating ideas that you have been conditioned into believe, and you are addicted. You become tied to that word, that idea, that authority, and you become slaves. Slaves to thought. Just about all of your spiritual leaders of your civilized world. And you'll know them as researchers. They don't speak from what is, from truth. They speak from the study of dead ideas that have been taught and used as a cornerstone for a belief system. These are your philosophers. These are your generators of conscious intellectual thought with its confused dualism, its division, which leaves everyone in the state of confoundment. And that confoundment must be broken. The cycle must be broken. It must be stopped to where only what is left. What is non-dualistic. It is whole. It is true. That's the realm of the subconscious mind, the mind of God. Your mind. You have that mind, but you have abandoned it to become a victim of your conscious, dualistic, satanically ruled, conflicted intellect. And you abide in hell. Hell is nothing more than an environment of contradiction, pain, suffering, confusion. Look at the civilized life that you're leading. Aren't you confused? Aren't you confounded? Aren't you angry? Frustrated? Aren't you unbalanced? You can't deny it. Oh, you will, because you are trained to argue. Argument is the denial of what is, and it leads one to eternal conflict, eternal hell, eternal suffering. But you have created that voluntarily, consensually, and you support it with your life energy until you die in confusion. It's all a fiction. It's not real. Well, you believe it to be real. That's what makes it a fiction. You see, that which is not true is a fiction. If you look at your life, you see that your life is a fiction, one based in belief. And that belief is split into divisive opposites. So you're always at war. You're at war within yourself, and you're at war when you project that confusion outwardly in all of your relationships, which are your projected fictions. Life itself, as you know, civilized life is a fiction. Not true life, the life of what is, the eternal life, the life of the immortal spirit. That's who you are. You only choose to live the life of a mortal man. Beginning, a life itself unfolding, and an ending. You understand? That which has a beginning and an ending can never be true. It must be a fiction because it's partial. It's based in the belief of an intellectual mind. And that's where you all live your conscious life, in your mind. You're living in hell. And the hell is of your own making, by your own consent, by your own giving away of your energy, of your life energy, through taxes, through tithing. You condemn yourself to hell. That's a fact. You don't need me to tell you that. You feel it every moment of your being, and you wish to be relieved of it. You pray to God. You pray to your imaginary, fictional God, when you are the God that you're praying to. But you have been split from yourself to believe that you are a victim, a believer, a me dealing with the not me, your own projections. I am a Christ. I am whole. I am complete. I speak from what is. I do not dabble in argument. I do not pander to your ignorance to make you feel, to elevate you, to flatter you. You are what you are. You can feel that. You understand that, and it causes you great pain. So you cry out to your own projected imaginary God. Please, God, rescue me from this life. When all you have to do is stop living the kind of life that you're living. Stop it. End it. What happens? You enter into silence. The silence of the infinite. The silence of the unknown. You enter your own being, an infinite intelligence that contains all that was, is, and ever shall be. You're God. Now, try that for a while and see if your life does not improve. To the others who wish to continue in your ignorance, suffer.